Roll call.
Mayor Connie Ball.
Here.
Vice Mayor Bill Costner.
Here.
Alderman John Bud.
Here.
Alderman Freddie Gregg. Alderwoman Kathy Holt.
Here.
Alderman Kenny Morgan.
Here.
City Attorney Terry Hurst.
Here.
City Administrator Scott Collins.
Here.
Thank you, Jessica. Item 3 is approval of the minutes, regular session, January the 8th, 2013. Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
We have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Under item 4, we have several to recognize this evening. Has Andrew Robertson arrived? There he is. Come forward, young man. Come on back here where the hot seat's at. How you doing? We've got something I'd like to read for you and give to you here this evening. Outstanding achievement. Whereas Andrew Theophilus Robertson of Boy Scout Troop 298 has just completed the full ranks of scouting from Tiger Cub to Eagle Scout, Andrew earned his Eagle Scout rank on December the 6th, 2012. To achieve the rank of Eagle Scout, Andrew Theophilus Robertson was required to complete a significant service project. The service project Andrew completed was enhanced the facilities for Cave Hill Baptist Church in Newport, Tennessee. Andrew worked with other volunteers to erect a play set for the children of Cave Hill Baptist Church and also helped create a separate fire pit to promote fellowship. Whereas Andrew Theophilus Robertson has been involved in the Boy Scouts organization since August 2003 when he was a Tiger Cub. Andrew earned his Era of Light in April of 2008 and has now achieved the Eagle rank. In addition to participation with the Boy Scout organization, Andrew is a member of the NJROTC at Cobb County High School and has been serving as an usher for 3 years at Cave Hill Baptist Church. Therefore, in order to pay tribute to Andrew Theophilus Robertson, I, Mayor Connie Ball, do hereby proclaim March the 7th, 2013 as Andrew Theophilus Robertson Day and command all Newport citizens to recognize and support him. In witness whereof, I hereunto set my hand and cause the seal to be affixed this the 12th day of February, 2013. Recognition of city employee.
Mayor, this is for the month of January, and as everybody well knows, Mother Nature was pretty harsh on us this January. Through the flooding, through the snowstorms, through the ice storms. We had several candidates that would have been highly qualified for this award this month. Again, while we sometimes have the luxury to stay home, our emergency service workers and members of our street department are out there providing for our safety and welfare, in addition to cleaning the roads and preventing worse flooding. With that said, the decision for this month was a gentleman that had his hand in two of the major issues. Number one, the flooding, and number two, the snow removal. Every Friday in January, we got hit with something. And this man, among others, was out there helping keep our roads clear as possible. With that said, I'd like to recognize Mr. Rick McGahat as our Employee of the Month.
You speak good. They're calling for snow Saturday. Yes, you're on standby. Fist bump. Fist bump.
Thank you.
Item C is recognition of Santa's Land volunteers and participants.
Mayor and Board, as y'all know, we had our 5th annual Santa Land this past December, and the volunteers were phenomenal, and I'm a little prejudiced probably, but it was the best one yet. It just keeps getting bigger and better each year. We have several awards to give out. So if the recipients are here, if you would just please come, and we'll just stand right here so Nelson can get a group photo. The first plaque goes to Derek Collins. He couldn't make it tonight. The second one is a group that we certainly could not have done this without, and that's the City of Newport Parks and Recreation Department. I know we've got a few here. If you all please come forward, we just want to show you our...
Number 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Yeah.
Mark's got his speech right there.
This lady and her family has been with us from the very start, all 5 years, and just adds so much to it, and that's Miss Penny Grooms and family.
Whole family.
I will take her. The next one was a new group with us for the first time this year, but they really added a lot to the atmosphere, and that's the Cobb County Register of Deeds office.
Go on. I really did.
And this is a group plaque, but we also have several individuals. But the group plaque goes to Cobb County High School Key Club. We've also got individuals.
That's good timing right
Okay, now some of our wonderful volunteers that they did everything from playing characters from Snowmen, Frosty to Rudolph, and several elves. So if you're present when I call your name, please come join us or yell at me from behind if necessary. Rachel Parks, Megan Suggs,
She was making
Caitlin Robertson, Savannah Strange, here's one of our veterans of all 5 years that we certainly couldn't do without her, Miss Paula Davis. Mr. Jacob Rathbone, Mr. Roy Ford, Ms. Kelsey Kelly, Gracie DeLonzo. This one's a group that helped us out for the first time this year, did a wonderful job, and we greatly appreciate them, and that's the Sunset Cat group. Alderman. Home Improvement Store came in and helped us tremendously this year. Anyone here from Lowe's? And another one of our cherished veterans that's been with us all 5 years that we certainly could not do without, Miss Penny Gates.
And you can stand right there.
This next gentleman wasn't able to make it tonight. He's also from Troop 821, Caleb Lindsay, also helped us out a whole lot. Then we have the group that puts on the greatest show at the event, and they're the ones that do our nativity scene for Baptist Church.
Rich, you can stay on that.
I'll stand on the center. You can stand in front of me. I'll stand over here by Margaret. Exactly.
And we're very fortunate this year to have participation from the Cobb County A&I Fair. Any representative here, we're so glad to get them on board. Kelly, I'm sorry.
That's okay, you can have that.
Well, I'm fine.
And Frosty the Snowman, Kobe Wester, I don't think he's able to make it tonight. Nicole? Is Nicole here?
She's not here.
Michaela Suggs? Joseph Gorel? And the Newport Church of God. We just want to express our appreciation so much. Again, without you all, we couldn't do it.
He does that, he's down there.
That's not everything.
And Nelson, you take a picture of him. He's one of those wide angle deals.
Yeah.
Look, you guys over on this side, if you don't mind.
You want me and Tim in the front?
But you can see nobody. Don't put people behind me, please. I will stay in front of it.
I knew I didn't. Well, we will do something.
Thank you, Robert.
Okay, that's gonna work. Okay, now before you leave though, I'm gonna have you just sign, I've got the name, just sign your initials so I know who's in what order we do. So I'll pass that down real quick.
Tim, don't you like the closeness, buddy?
Your name and your name on it.
We're done.
That took half the crowd right there. That's one way to have a crowd for the inflated.
And you are the city Thanks, Nelson.
No one
All right, the next recognition, have some safety awards here. The first one will be presented to the Newport Fire Department for Accident Free 2012.
I didn't know about it, but I appreciate it.
We like to keep prizes.
We all appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
You're welcome. Thank you.
Oh, here we go. Oh, man.
Cheese,
Hamburger.
Reese cut.
Oh. You didn't bring any.
I know. I let you down, didn't I, Connie?
You did. Second consecutive year for the Newport City Administration. Good job.
Nelson, you're gonna run out of film tonight. You're gonna run out of film tonight.
Just after this one, just tell Randy to come back up. He's got something.
This was a good one. 7 years, accident-free. Newport Parks and Recreation.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we knew Mark was responsible.
I get to accept it, but Mark's responsible.
Thank you.
Ken, you'll be all over the place.
Randy, you need to come back up here.
Literally.
Literally.
I can do that. I did some research and I only found out there was just like 2 or 3 others, I think, that have been here longer than this man and for the city of Newport.
and he's one of my best friends. He's also an extremely good fire officer. After Chief Butler told me I was hired, back at that time, a long time ago, Kenny was the first one that came to me and said, well, we all voted, and we took you anyway. So, Kenny was one of the first person that came to me and said, we're going to hire you and we're going to teach you, and they've taught me a lot, and it's an honor. Kenny was here for 35 years back in October, and I'm just now getting it, but we're going, the citizens of Newport is what this says. We appreciate your service. Kenny.
Mayor, could I say something?
Hey, all you want to.
Well, I appreciate that, thank you. I wrote a note or two down because I don't want to forget it's been a long time, I'm forgetful, 35 years. But Brother Alvin Watts, his prayer hit me right in the crease. I prayed to the Lord tonight before it come to help me remain humble. And then that's what the brother preached on. So that's gave a prayer about it. So thank you, Lord. I'd like to thank people. I'd like to thank my pastor, Rich Lloyd, for being here. My wife, Debbie. One of my engineers, Scotty Help. One of our firefighters up there, Jonas Clevenger. It means so much to have people that you work with here. And I'd like to thank the Lord for watching over me for 35 years. Got the health to stand here to do this. And what a blessing it is. And to do a job that I never did go to work. It was always a place I looked forward to going every day. And I'd like to thank Randy for letting me do my job as a battalion chief, being over my shift. And for the men that I work with, they all know how much it means to me. And I think most of you people here know what my job means to me. And it's been a great ride. I really appreciate it. You all, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Y'all probably don't know, but I've done put in for my retirement. I'm sorry about that. I'll be retiring in the middle of next month. It's time. It's been good. And the Lord's given me the courage to step out and to do something else. And I'm so thankful for that. And thankful for the health to be able to go out and do it. But to get back to thanking people that have done things for me, Alderman Neil Rader, who's gone, he sat down beside a 19-year-old boy at the City Park Big League Baseball Stadium after I had a ball game one night. And he came over and he put his arm around me and he said, you ever thought about being a firefighter? And I said, going in burning buildings? And he said, yeah. He said, I think you'd be good at it. And so I said, well, gosh, Neil, I don't know about that. I said, don't they work crazy hours? He said, yeah, you work 24 on, 48 off. And but I guess, again, get back to you. And, well, 2 or 3 days I come back to him, and things were a little different back then. We had a test, but Brother Neil already had it fixed up for Kenny Eisner to get him a job, and I appreciate that. And I thank him for that. But Roger Butler was my chief, and first time I ever met Roger Butler, I walked into his office for my interview. I've never been more nervous in my life. And it was a good thing. Roger took me in and hired me, and I'm so thankful for that. And again, I'd like to thank Chief Reagan for what he's done at the fire department. Randy's been a blessing. He certainly was the right man for the job, and he's doing a great job at what he's doing, and he's a great leader. But then I'd also like to thank you all, the aldermen, the mayor, the citizens of Newport, for their tax dollars, for supporting the Newport Fire Department the way they have, for supporting us in every event that we have, Toys for Tots, anything that we've done. I'm not bragging because it wasn't me. It's always been the citizens of Newport that donated to the Newport Fire Department. I guess in my career we've probably raised over $250,000 to $280,000 and given out in Toys for Tots if you look out back 35 years. And it's from the citizens of Newport and the people of Cobb County is who does it. We just always got to be the recipient of the joy to see it given out. some of you aldermen on the past board, the bridge payment that y'all passed. I wouldn't be leaving today if it hadn't been for that. That allows us to draw our Social Security right up front and not to be taken out of our Social Security. But again, like I say, it's been a great job, and thank y'all so much. There's just one other thing I'd like to say, and it's the one part about leaving it, other than being with the men, is it's going to be an exciting time for the Newport Fire Department. Chief Reagan's implementing, with help with you all, our first responder program, which means that when a citizen's in need, whether it's a heart attack, a stroke, or some type of physical event, or that we'll be responding to that call inside the city limits. And it's going to be a great thing for the citizens of Newport, because there's nothing like being able to help people in their time of need. And I just urge you all, I know money's tight, it always is, but it'll take some extra firefighters, and it's going to take some extra equipment to get this job done. I'll just give you one prime example. I won't mention her name, but Tim knows, you all know, we had a lady die from a heart attack up at the community center pool one night. And we had AEDs sitting on the fire truck. And if you've never seen an AED work, you can get on YouTube and just type in AED, and they'll show you a lot of videos where they actually bring people back to life. And who knows, it may have made a difference, it may not have made a difference. But with this first responder program, we're going to have top-notch men, firefighters that are willing to do their job and are extremely smart, devoted to what they do, and it'll be a great thing. And I thank you all for this time, and what a blessing it's been to be Maurice knows, to be a servant to the people that you work for in the city of Newport, and to be in public service, and what a blessing, and I'd like to thank you all for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenny. How ironic that he mentioned the AED. I always like to brag on Edgemont School a little bit, but we are going to be the recipients of a free one with all the training next week from a group out of Knoxville. And how much that can mean to that school if any type of event like that could happen. They need to be everywhere. But we're proud that we're going to get one, and we're going to work on every school in our community to see that they get one. Item 5, City Administrator Scott Collins' report.
Mayor and Alderman, I'll try to keep this as condensed as possible. There's a lot of great things going on this past month. For one thing, we've received notification that our local option sales tax is over $294,000 this year, or this past month. And that is about $36,000 above average, what we need to average to meet our budgetary goals. So it came in really strong, and just helped so much. Another thing is we're already started work under our finance director, Julia Carroll. We started work on the 2013-2014 budget. The goal this year is to have everything in your hands so we can have this budget approved on or before June 25th. So work started now on it, and we're excited. On another note, the Tanner School, the Tanner Cultural Center, the good news is the environmental hazards abatement has been addressed and taken care of. One of the challenges that remain now is the life and safety issues at the building. We have wiring that has become questionable. There's no ceiling tiles at all in the building now. There's no carpet anymore. There's no paneling. So with the board's permission, what we would like to do is, of course, work with our Parks and Rec and other staff members, and also Mr. Dykes, Ms. Robinson, and some others, and put together quickly a plan on how to address some of these issues and then bring it back to the mayor and council for your all's consideration and guidance on it. Moving on, the next issue is the Vision 2020 project that is underway. I know y'all been working on this a long time, and it's really beginning to pick up a lot of momentum at this time. The State Historical Preservation Office has signed off on the project with their blessing. That is one of the biggest hurdles left, and now we have received notification to go ahead and start the process to advertise for statement of qualifications for people to do the architectural and engineering work. And also U.S. Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, they are preparing the documents to obligate the funding for the library, museum, and conference complex. In addition to the 2020, we'll be meeting with an architect later this week on the back dock of City Hall to convert that into a meeting area for small conventions and stuff. And as soon as I receive the plans, of course, we'll pass them on to the board for your all's recommendations and comments. The next item is it's kind of ironic how much AED is being discussed tonight, because if you notice in the hallway, we have a machine there. Well, members of the fire department are coming tomorrow. We always have training on various issues, but this one I thought merits special consideration because the fire department's going to train the City Hall staff on CPR and the use of an AED. So it'll help, and then they'll go to other departments. To give a brief update on the grants, the 2011 CDBG was successfully closed out. The 2013 CDBG will be filed on or before the deadline of February 22nd. You all have a packet of the odor abatement process that we're hoping this funding will go to address. The Recreation Trails Program grant, which will allow for the establishment of the canoe and kayak and boat ramp, as well as a picnic area and restrooms, we have received tentative approval. We're just waiting on TVA to sign off on it, and then we'll move forward in the bidding process on it, which is expected to come any day now. Riverwalk Phase 2, the Tennessee Department of Transportation has signed off on the preliminary right-of-way. Now we have the preliminary report of title that our City Attorney Terry Hurst is addressing, and as soon as we complete that process, it goes back to TDOT, and then they'll give us approval to move to the next step. The last grant that we're to make mention of is the Local Parks and Recreation Fund. Tonight you'll be getting the bids for the pool liner, and once you all accept the bid, approve the bid, that will allow Tim to move forward, and the plans, of course, is to have all that work completed before Memorial Day. Just a couple more things. Our staff at City Hall is working on drafts for your all's consideration on the employee handbook and municipal codes. In working through some issues, we found some language that needs to be tweaked a little bit, and then also some of the codes need to be updated based on some actions that the state has taken. We've made mention tonight a little bit about Showcase. I'm very proud to announce that Jerry Malloy of Cobb County High School, but he's also very prominent in the theater and acting community. He has signed on to help us out this year with our Veterans Tribute. We are going to start with 1776 and move throughout history, highlighting each aspect of our military history all the way up to the War on Terror. And knowing Jerry Malloy, he's the one that worked so well with Sarah for last year's show. So we're really excited about that. couple of other notes on Showcase, and I know it's not until August 17th or 18th, but we're really excited about the possibilities for our 4th annual event. The Pirates of the Pigeon is more or less becoming a standalone event. So during that event this year, we're going to have the PA system, and we're going to do it like the Olympics. The awards will be on podiums and everything. We had several concerns about our cornhole toss tournament. This thing has become so popular, you've got groups that just travel, and that's all they do is come and win money. So we're going to have a local division, because this is Showcase on Newport, Showcase for our people. So they will be a special division for our local folks. And speaking of our local people, we want to showcase our talent. So we're going to do a showcase calling it Newport's Got Talent, and encourage people to come and do whatever they're doing. And also have art contests and everything, because there's so much talent in our city. We want to showcase it as much as possible. The very last thing, and I'm sorry it's been so long, but we're going to make a concerted effort here at City Hall to increase our web internet presence, because during the storms, the snowstorms or the flooding or anything, I started just putting stuff on Facebook, and one day alone we had over 1,671 people going to our Newport Facebook page. So we're going to enhance that and enhance our city's website just to make where people know all the great things going on. Mayor, council, that's all I have.
Thank you, Scott. That's very exciting. It really is. Okay, item 6, we need to advertise for the position of city judge, currently held by Honorable Vida Bell, and we just need a motion and a second to approve that request to get the advertisement in order.
Before we do all this, this is for a 2-year term according to the charter. And while Scott's doing the rest of it, he's advertising for the position, whoever may get the position next. Why wouldn't it be nice to let it be for a 4-year term? That way, should all of us get voted off, Scott would still have Vida to help him out. But it would also be better, because Vida's wanting to take on more cases and bring in more money to the city of Newport, and it would alleviate Sessions Court, but it would also help the citizens of Newport, because the city court costs aren't as strenuous as they are in Sessions.
Right.
And it would be good for Newport overall. It's a win-win.
If it's the council's pleasure, I can have an ordinance prepared, ready for the agenda next week, or next meeting. And that way, when you all make the appointment, you can also approve the ordinance, which would make it a 4-year term. Kathy, that's what?
That is the form of the motion, yes.
Okay. Do we have a second to that motion?
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear no. Was that motion also to allow to advertise?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, item 7, Roland Dykes. Do you have anything you'd like to speak to the council?
I continue to be very appreciative of the council to allow us this time at each meeting to update you on our activities. We have quite a few things have happened since the last meeting, and I'd like to bring you up to date on what we've done. Our fundraising has begun in earnest to support whatever activities are going to be needed to preserve the building. And while I say that fundraising has begun, we have raised a fairly significant amount of funding, but probably nowhere near what we're going to need based on what Scott just told us is going to be needed to get that building back in shape. But we're one of the fundraising activities we undertook over the Christmas holidays was we made these commemorative cards and sold these around the community for what I think it was a buck a piece or something like that. And they came in packs, and we sold quite a few of these around the community and got quite a bit of community support in regard to that. We also are going to be having in conjunction with Ruby Tuesdays, later this month, a community give back program that we'll be sponsoring on the weekend of February 22nd through the 24th. Basically, the way this works is take this to Ruby Tuesdays, and for everything that's purchased there over that weekend, Ruby Tuesdays is going to donate 20% of that back to our organization, which in turn will go 100% back to Tanner preservation efforts. So we would appreciate anyone, if you're going to be here that weekend, to go up to Ruby Tuesdays and have a bite to eat.
Are these going to be available all over the county?
Carlene has them now. She'll have them at the Ethra office. But yeah, we're going to try and make them available wherever we can, wherever the outlets will allow us to do so. Hopefully we can get them in some retail stores, maybe at Walmart and some other places, and Food City, what have you. But yeah, we're going to try and make them available wherever we can.
You might want to check with Manny Moore, the director of schools.
Yes.
To see if, it might be something they could send home by each kid. But they would have to prove that. I'll be willing to, as long as they're okay with it, if you could furnish the copies or something, whatever, I'd be glad to do it, but it'll take the Manny to approve that.
Okay.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll approach Mr. Moore and see what he thinks and see if we can do that. In addition to some of those things, we've also established a Facebook page, and I am currently working on a website. The Facebook page has a link that allows you to go out and join the Tanner Alumni Group. And I think, as we've mentioned before, the Tanner Alumni Group is basically a group of citizens, not necessarily students or teachers or janitors. Anyone that has had a connection with the building over the years is eligible to join that group. I established that page probably now, it's been probably less than a week. But since then, we've picked up at least 30 new members that have joined the group. And as the web page gets up and running, I expect that number to grow exponentially. At some point, we're going to have a reunion. I think we have something scheduled for, the 22nd of this month for a meeting. I think it's going to be here in the building, as a matter of fact. So that'll be the initial stab at trying to get the alumni group off the ground and running. But at this point, it looks like it's going to be a huge success. We'll also be doing some things in conjunction with the biannual Tennessee picnic that's coming up in August. That's a little ways off, but at some point we will do something with them also. And the last thing is, over the last week, I was able to garner a fairly significant pledge from a former business associate that operates a foundation in Knoxville. I won't name names right now, but the pledge was fairly significant, and I think we should be up and running, have some significant funding here in the very near future from that foundation. At this point, it's obviously going to be very important to get in order to get some of the things that Scott has mentioned done. I'm not sure what that's going to take, but I'm looking forward to working with you guys on any committee or any that you'd like to establish to get it done. I don't suppose you have done any estimates on what it's going to take to finish that up, do you? Okay. And I think that's about it for me. You have any questions?
Let me just make a correction that the Alumni Association inaugural event will be February the 22nd at the Newport Utilities Community. And the community is welcome and invited to attend.
Carlene, did you say the 22nd of February?
Yes.
When's the Ruby Tuesdays thing?
Same day, same weekend.
Same weekend.
Okay.
6 o'clock.
Thank you, Roland.
Thank you, guys. Mr. Mayor.
Item 8, old business, there's nothing mentioned there, but do we have any update on the red light at the Mims Hotel and the state synchronizing our red lights a little better?
No, sir. The last conversation we had was email correspondence, actually, and they're waiting on the resolution that's going to be addressed tonight, and then they're going to try to address all the issues, because it goes back to the traffic plan.
Yes, okay.
So they want to do it all at once.
Okay. New business, item 9. Item 8 is consideration of second reading of ordinance 2013-1 to rezone properties known as annexation area 1.
And Mayor, I'll read the caption of that ordinance into the record. It's ordinance number 2013-1, an ordinance to rezone certain properties known as annexation area 1, property fronting on Highway 25 West 70 from the intersection with Highway 25E to Falcon Industries, parentheses 810 West Highway 2570, within the corporate limits of Newport, Tennessee.
Thank you, Terry. Okay, do we have a motion to approve on second reading?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item B is consideration of ordinance 2013-2, adoption of state traffic statutes.
Yes, Mayor, that's ordinance number 2013-2, an ordinance of the City of Newport, Tennessee, replacing Municipal Code Section 11-101 and adopting by reference state traffic offenses and rules of the road.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item C is consideration of ordinance 2013-3, budget amendment.
And Mayor, that's ordinance number 2013-3, an ordinance to amend City of Newport's budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2012 and ending June 30th, 2013, and further referenced as fiscal year 2012-2013 budget appropriation ordinance amendment.
Any discussion, or do we have a motion? Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Yes.
I'd like to comment on Mr. Scott Cause and his staff. They've done a good job on the financial summary this month. And we sort of got slack, but they've done a real good job. I want to thank them and hope we can keep up the good work.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I'll pass it along, sir.
Yeah, I just want to pass on, it was a good update. That's all right.
We had the motion.
Motion, sir. We need to vote.
All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item D, consideration of resolution 2013-2, requesting assistance for traffic signals. We have a motion to approve that.
Where are these at?
I'll make a motion, well, it's north of the street, City Park, and at Eating Hills, the Sequoia Drive.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
I'll second it. Is that something that's wanting?
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. Hear none. Item E is consideration of authorizing administrative and planning staff to resolve annexation issues. We have a motion to approve that.
I'll make the motion.
We have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Item F is consideration of city administrator's 5-year anniversary. Requesting, I guess, that Scott and I sit down and talk over the terms of a future contract.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. Here it is. Item G, discussion of proposed fireworks ordinance.
Mayor?
Yes.
If I may, the ordinance that's enclosed in your all's notebook is for reference only. It's a MTS, more or less a boilerplate to where we need to fill in some blanks. And some of the suggestions that have came to me, to my office, there's kind of like three options that people want the board to consider on this. So if you all could just give me guidance on what you want written up. One of the recommendations is to just simply ban these temporary tents. That, they come in here around the peak firework holidays, and then they're gone. The second recommendation is to charge them a substantial fee. And that is due mainly because whatever business they generate could arguably be taken away from the ones that's here 365 days a year. The third recommendation is that anybody that sells fireworks, their operation must be on a permanent foundation. So whatever the council wants to direct, I'll be pleased to.
Here's my one gripe with the whole situation. I'm in business 24/7. I have to have a business license. I have to maintain it. If I sell beer, I have to have a beer license. I think that those businesses are no different. Just because it's July the 4th or in September, whenever they choose to set up their little tents and take their money and take it out of town, they're no different. I think they should have to have a proper business license, because wherever they set up, somebody is liable for them. And if they're not supposed to be shot in the city anyway, why should we give them any leeway?
My vote's to ban it altogether.
I'll go with you.
And we've got businesses here that sell fireworks anyway, local people.
But my thing is if that encourages them to open a business here, then that benefits everybody in the tax base as well. If they're just gonna run in and take the money and run, then I'll make the motion to ban however we need to word it. Scott?
And I'll second it.
Terry?
Well, we probably need to work on the ordinance, because I think the idea of having a permanent structure, obviously we don't want to ban anybody that has a permanent structure and has an adequate
Well, I think
business
that's what it
license.
Temporary
says.
tents or something?
Right.
The temporary
However you need
tents.
to word it,
Right.
I think we need to give him the permission.
Yeah.
Scott will know how to word it. It's the tents
We'll
we're
work
looking at.
together and prepare an ordinance
For
the next meeting if that's satisfactory.
I'll withdraw my motion.
No emergency to do it between now and next month, so I think we can have it ready.
But the directive is to ban the tents.
That's my motion. If we need it in the form of a motion,
I don't think so.
Okay.
unless, do you go here?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. If you can't shoot fireworks in the city, and you come up and say, we're gonna give you a permit, a substantial permit, how many could it be? They could be 10 sitting out yonder. They could be 15 sitting out there where they are now. They're about, I don't know how many. I'm for adios amigos. Hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more. I mean, that's just plain as that, but I don't like you coming and taking my money and everything. And I know there's poor people out here living a poorest place, go sacrifice everything. That's like, and buy fireworks and kind of keep me up half the night and over half the night, and I'm against it. I'm absolutely, I'm on your side, babe.
I'm for banning.
I am too.
I am three.
Okay,
You word it.
We'll take care of it.
You put it
And the intent is to take care of the temporary tents and stuff. That's the intent. It's the pop-up tent deal that comes in for the special holidays and runs off.
And that'll be on the next, the March meeting.
That's fine with me, Mayor.
Okay. Okay, item H, there are 3 roadblocks, DAV Chapter 102. St. Jude's and Powersville Roofing Club that's met the specifications of our road block policy. Do we have a motion to approve those?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
One second.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. Under bids, purchase and expenses, first item on the bid is the swimming pool liner. I think y'all have
That's to go with bid, or is that, or you want, is the bids in here?
Yes. Yes, there was one bid received.
Reserve.
You may have recommendation.
Tim, you got a recommendation?
Well, that's the only one that came in, and that's Rhino Systems. And I think it's a very, we budgeted, we're under budget. It came in under budget.
Okay. So you'd be happy with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's this at, Tim?
They're from, the company's out of Illinois.
No, I mean, is it Park Pool?
It's in Park Pool.
Okay.
It's the LWCF LPR after we got last year.
And the total bid amount on that will be $83,890. That includes the base bid of $59,000, then an additional $24,890 for floor supply tube and new floor returns, and some additional work. That's recommended.
And the deadline, the completion date between 10,
Open day, Memorial Day weekend, so it'll be the week before, because we always try to fill it the week before Memorial Day so we can regulate and get it under control. That way we're open Memorial Day weekend and hopefully all the keeps are rented out. That's the tentative date.
Tim, probably, maybe somebody asked the question, do you need a liner?
Yes.
Believe me, I've been over there. I've been over in the pool, and I don't weigh a whole lot. I can feel gaps in that pool when you walk on it, so I mean, I'm not, it needs to be done. It should have been done years ago.
We've been fortunate with our staff to be able to maintain it the last 5 or 6 years, to make it hold the water, and this hopefully is the solution to maintain an old pool.
but now that grant's paying a substantial amount and saved over,
Oh, yes, 50%.
Wow.
which we'd have to do it anyway. I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. The next bid is a truck for the street department.
Mayor, these bids were opened this afternoon, and you should have a handout laying at your seats. We only received one bid, and the price on it was $14,000 even. It does meet all the specs, and our staff has looked it over, and they recommend that we purchase this truck.
Why are we purchasing it?
Do what?
Why are we purchasing it?
For the street department?
Is it for David?
Yes.
Okay, very well.
Yeah, yes.
Very well.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none.
David, I hope this was the truck.
It is.
It'd be bad if it wasn't now.
It is, right? All right. Okay, the next is comments from citizens. 5-minute limit. You have to go to the mic. Johnny is the timekeeper at the bell if you have anybody. Any comments from citizens? Yes. Oh, yeah.
I hope I can get another 5 minutes.
Could you sing that song that Johnny was talking about? What was the name of that, Johnny?
Hit the road, Jack.
That'd be nice.
But no? No. Okay. Okay.
Johnny said he wouldn't even start the clock.
Is that counted as my time? Well, I'm coming to you today as Miss Greene County, as you can tell, for 2 reasons. For one, I want to promote my platform, which is Commit to Your Community. As you can tell, like my mother, I'm very involved in the community in many aspects of my life, and that's what my passion is. That's what my passion is about, and I want to advocate that to others in our community, because being involved has helped me in so many ways. whether it's just been through volunteer hours for scholarships or just meeting new people, because that's something that I love to do. And whenever I was in high school, I didn't have something to provide information for volunteer work. We would just sort of have to, go clean up trash or, just create our own volunteer work and atmosphere. So I want to provide information for students and for just people in general. So I've created the volunteer hotline. I've given each of you a handout that is a flyer that I've created. And I created a Facebook page, and that's how people can contact me about it. This is what the flyer looks like. Each of them have one. And so it's going to be a place for the volunteers looking for a time to volunteer or for businesses needing volunteers. So it helps everyone. And all they have to do is go to www.facebook.com/commit-to-your-community volunteer hotline. I know it's really long and I'm really sorry, but that's the only way that I could do it. But it says on the flyer that you just need to like the page and then comment the page to let us know if you're interested in volunteering somewhere or if your business needing volunteers. And with the page, I will have provided a calendar of different events that are going on so that they can know when they can volunteer their time, and also a form to fill out so they can officially be a part of the volunteer hotline, and I can know more of their background so that I can put them in places that they need to be, whether they're singers or artists or love to clean up trash. I mean, different things that they can do to help our community. So that's something that I wanted to bring to your attention to help get the word out about it, and see if you can help me in that as well if you all ever need volunteers for anything, for the Santa Land, for the Showcase on the River. So that way it's not just, the Key Club people and the Beta Club, they need those volunteer hours, but everyone else does too, whether for scholarships or just becoming involved with their community. So do you all think that's a good idea? Is that something that could be benefited? Okay.
Always a good idea.
Okay. The second thing I want to talk to you about is the last time I went to Miss Tennessee, you all purchased a salute page for the program book, and I was coming to ask you to see if you would want to be interested in doing that again. For each page, I receive $100 towards my education, and I'm wanting to sell as many pages as possible. A page is $300, and if you wouldn't be able to do a full page, we could work things out to do a half a page, but I'm trying to receive as much advertisement and salutes that I can.
Could you get that information to Scott and let him pass it along to us?
Yes, I can do that.
And then we'll just go from there.
Okay, and I wanted to show you, this is the program book from last time I competed.
When do you need that?
As soon as possible. Anytime. March 1st is what I'm trying to aim for, because workshop, when I have to turn in most of what I have, is March 23rd. So if I have it all in by March 1st, that would be great.
She can do it as late as April. The workshop is March 23rd, and I can take a CD. And what we did before, we create the pages, which is a difficult task. This time we will do the pages and we'll show it to you and you approve it, because we want to advertise our city.
Yes.
That's what we want to do.
Well, anyone that wants to purchase an ad page, you're taking time and money of your own to help and support me, so I want it to be about you. And we just did headshots because that's all we knew. I didn't have the best director and I didn't know what to do. But this is your page from last time. It's just a big picture of me, and says City of Newport, Tennessee.
So we did that collectively as a group?
Yes. Yes, sir. And so if you are willing and would like to sponsor a page this year, we will do it however you want to. If we wanted to get the board as a group picture and me in the middle or something like that, as long as I'm in the picture, then it's A-okay to go.
And have the city logo and everything, but we want it to be about Newport.
Yes.
You would probably be better off with us not being in the picture. I'll make the motion. I know we have a limit of $50 when we make contributions, but I just ask, I think this is coming out of a different line item.
We can do it through collectively, through your individuals.
Okay.
You can do it.
Exactly, like we did before.
Count on me.
Okay.
Is everybody okay on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just do it.
And you all go ahead and vote for Freddie too.
Yeah.
He'll do it. He'll do it. I sit beside him, he'll do it.
I can't vote, but
I want to see him tell Sarah no.
Well, I really do appreciate all of your help with the lots, with with my journey to Miss Tennessee, and hopefully I can help people volunteer their time to help our community as well, because I've enjoyed it so much and I want to see that in others.
Sir,
We
you're a great
appreciate you.
representative of the city of Newport and the community, I promise you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And she's been working in their department for about 10 years.
I think Kelly's crying or something. Be a lot proud.
Any other comments?
Kelly, as much as you all done for Christmas, there's no way we turn you down.
But we enjoyed it.
No more comments? We have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Thank you.
That was easy.
Lady and gentleman.